So hello everyone, my name is Susanne Moll. I am greeting you from Copenhagen, Denmark. It's a fantastic day, it's sunny, it's spring, and we were so much looking forward to you coming here and visiting us in our little part of the world. But I guess things turn out differently, and yeah. I assume that you are just as disappointed as we are, but we'll have to see how we can work around this anyway. I am welcoming you to the Gender and Diversity and Media course of the CIEE, and this will be my first presentation out of, I guess, a couple, but today I'll do 3 presentations, one which will be discussing or presenting for you what I have planned for you for the next 6 weeks. The next one will be a sort of mapping of the gender scene as I see it here in Scandinavia. And the second one will be an example of how we will work with presentations, individual presentations. So please join me for the first presentation out of 3, and in between them you can always go have a coffee and figure out what she's talking about, this woman, and then come back to me. We're a fairly small team of, I think, 18 students, which is interesting. It'll make it easier to connect with you, even though we're on different terms. So I will share my little presentation with you, and we will see if it works. It does, it seems. Yes. Almost. There we go. So I have called this let's make the most of it. It's we are in, I don't know how many time zones, 6 maybe time zones. We are all, I guess, affected by the coronavirus. I hope none of you are sick. I hope none of your immediate family is sick, but it is taking its toll everywhere, sweeping through us. And yeah, who would have thought 4 weeks ago that we'd be in this situation? Anyway, I want us to make the most of it, and also maybe have some fun during this. Yeah, death toll here in Denmark is now around 200 out of 5.6 million. So we are not at all in Italian or Spanish numbers, which is of course nice, but as with the US, everything has stopped and everything is, yeah, working in very strange ways. Anyway, gender and diversity will start week 1, which is now. I have the presentation. I already told you about the status on equality, and I'll try and do a small presentation after this on how I want you to work and upload by April 13th. So next week, the week after Easter, we'll see your presentations and we'll give each other some feedback, and then we'll watch Woman, which is a movie, French originally. It's a documentary with a fantastic production value. It's basically 2,000 people, women, being framed like this for telling parts of their life story. It's breathtaking and a little long, so don't feel bad if you want to break it up into 3. You will receive a Vimeo link from me with a link that is active for 24 hours, so you have to see it within that time frame. The movie won the Lion d'Or in the Venice Film Festival last year, and I am looking really forward to seeing and to presenting it to you, because I think it's sort of a testimonial on what it's like to be a woman in 2020. Next Thursday, April 16th, I will do a lecture on this strange thing we have in the Scandinavian countries called constitutional monarchy, which is the state structure that gives, that is somehow totally undemocratic and yet leaving room for a very democratic society structure. So And I will also give you some insights into the media scene in Denmark. And then we'll talk a little bit on the critical response paper, which is due on April 21st. Week 3, we have another movie called The Mask You Live In. It's on Netflix. And on Thursday, we have Misrepresentation. They are both made from the same company, and they're both available on Netflix. And they sort of showcase from an American perspective the stereotypes of gender, the possibilities and the pitfalls, both from a masculinity perspective and from a feminine perspective. It's always a cause of a great discussion in my groups, and I hope that that you also have some opinions. I mean, in my culture, you don't have to agree with the teacher. You can always discuss and challenge, and this is what we do in these classes. This is why it's so intimidating for me that you're not here and I can see you. But anyway, we have to live with that. And on April 4th, we will discuss, and I hope that you will present some of the findings you had through these movies, but I'll get back to this. You'll also discuss with me the midterm essay subject, which you have to have approved by me what you're writing about, and it's normally a fairly okay process. I realize that this is so extraordinary that I will not give you a hard time, just as long as you do your best. Week 4, we will try to do a live session in which I talk about some of the gender theory that I've worked with, and also gender in media. And we will watch this week 2 Nordic perspectives on gender equality. One is Skam, meaning this is a Norwegian word for shame. It's a Norwegian TV series that is absolutely amazing. I just know you'll love it because all my classes love this. And it's in Norwegian, but it has English subtitles. And I mean, I'm sure you will love it. We will see season 3, but you can go back and see the other seasons. But this is a particular reason why I want you to show you the season 3. On the Thursday, April 30th, we will watch another perspective on the Nordic gender equality discussion. It's also a Vimeo link that's valid for 24 hours, and it's a documentary, sort of documentary and sort of fiction. It's called Here We Are, and it's about the parenting role in the Nordic countries. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. I'm not sure it's one of my favorite documentaries, but I'm sure it will give you some strange insights since you're not here. And then on May 1st, on Friday, I wanted to discuss with you the coronavirus in a gender perspective. I have found some articles, and I urge you and encourage you to put in on our discussion wall more examples of articles with a gender perspective on the coronavirus. It could be very interesting to see, and I know that gender is not on top of anybody's mind, and of course not, but it's still interesting to see how you can actually manage to create a gender perspective into most discussions in the world. I would argue all of discussions. And we have 1 or 2 video greetings from media people that we were supposed to visit during these 6 weeks. I had arranged so many great visits for you, but alas, can't be this time. Anyway, week 5, we have 1 live session with Mrs. Marie Valentin Beck, who is a sociologist and also works with gender and works in some of the media houses here in Denmark. And she has some interesting perspective on how to work with gender equality. We have a critical response paper due on May 5th. And then on May 7th, I want you to upload your second individual presentation on your thoughts after these weeks and what's life like in your part of the world 5 weeks into the course. Week 6, we have a live session in which we evaluate, and you give me some thoughts on how to improve this. And yeah, we have hopefully a fruitful discussion over a couple of hours on how we can move on. And these sessions will be, I will start them at 9 p.m. Central European time. And if you have an Apple or if you have a smartphone, you can see what time that will be in your part of the world. I mean, it will be obviously 3 p.m. in New York, Central Eastern, Standard Eastern Time, I think it's called. And then we move on to the different time zones. So I'll hopefully have you all in those sessions. I urge you to make that a priority, since this is the only time we actually can meet somehow live. And then May 14th, we have examinations, and yeah, and I will grade you the week after, and hopefully you'll have spent some time away from this whole apocalypse, and will think of us fondly when you plan your next holiday in Europe, which hopefully will be soon. Thank you so much.